10:23 a.m. This is indeed the fake sun. And this is where an entity is targeting the entity that comes onto the grounds of the facilitating venue to gang stalk with the people. That's why the entity in units 33 through 64 are going to prison. This is where the fake sun is already present, which you already know. You saw LYNDA Reyes gang stalk me on this sidewalk crossing path, the ease with which the entity is monitoring together and doing so at 10 o'clock, the 10 o'clock a.m. morning when I was comparing it with the fake sun over Alvarado Gardens. So this is where the entity has the fake sun. The engineer lights appearing and disappearing with simultaneity to what I document. There is no sun that's over Alvarado Gardens in Los Angeles. And the entity is doing so. This is the demon that lives in unit number 56, crossing path, doing so, committing a sex offense with the entire venue. All right, you recall the sunset that's over at 7 o'clock in the morning? That's how you're recognizing stalking. All right, because 3 hours earlier, the fake sun is still here at 7 in the morning. And at 3:30 in the afternoon, the same demon uses the dogs as a means of audible activity, monitoring my movement inside, where this fake sun is still here after 3:30 in the afternoon. And then you're understanding the juxtaposition of the crime scenes where AVANATH Capital Management and speaker companies engaged in the same federal offense of domestic terrorism with the government, gang stalking one person, which is a perpetual sex offense, worthy of federal prison. Units 33 through 64 that are stalking under this fake sun from the beginning until the end of the day, which you know where AVANATH Capital Management is pacing under it after 3:30 in the afternoon, and I'm looking outside of this same apartment. This is less a 600 square foot apartment. This is not over Miami, Florida right now at 1 o'clock. It's 1:25 in the afternoon in Florida. This is not over Miami, Florida, and it's also not over Alvarado Gardens, not over my office, not over my front door, not outside of what would be my living room window at 10:25 in the morning, which I document on several occasions. This is right here where demons are stalking in plain sight. This demon in Unit 56 is going to prison. Okay? You also know that they're stalking because this doesn't go anywhere. While it is, again, as I stated, after 4:30 p.m., still seen through this same living room window, through the same patio glass door, which is non-movement. This is less than a 600 square foot apartment, and this is where the fake sun is remaining through these surfaces right here, where it's not going anywhere. Okay, that's where the entity has the engineered light that you can see. Now you can see it coating the door. And this is the same exact light activity that I captured at 9:33 in the morning as I capture images, the fake sun. All right, this is speaking to the demonic and the demons who are stalking as a community, as a neighborhood with the government in furtherance of murdering and kidnapping one who they also know is documenting it. That's speaking to impunity and obstruction evidence. The entity is doing so with regard to this demonic environment rapidly disappears, meaning the fake sun is subdued again. You'll see no concentrated light seconds apart, no concentrated light underneath the patio, and this isn't even sunlight, nor is that the sun. That's speaking to the malice of the stalkers who also know that they're being documented. Okay, they're all going to prison in units 33 through 64 for the impunity that I continuously capture. It is again 10:27 a.m. on March 2nd, 2025, and this is the entity that is maintaining a fake sun at the same environment, at the same apartment complex where I captured the sunrise at 7:18 in the morning just the other day. Excuse me. Also, at 7:18 in the morning was during fall, so that was during daylight savings time. We're approaching daylight savings time on the 9th of March. This has nothing to do with the natural environment, but I capture those and I reference those rules regarding the illusion that is created. All right, with regard to the presence of the fake sun and the engineer light, you have what is the entity that is maintaining the same exact impossible light activity. None of that is sunlight, and this is speaking to real-time knowledge about the demon possessed. This is the reality of the demonic environment that surrounds, and the demons that are also engaged in surveillance inside of a private space. When you're engaged in surveillance inside of an apartment, everything that's happening inside of an apartment, that's a sex offense. All right, and they're doing so with impunity in concert with a gang stalking mother, okay, a psychopath that you'll hear on the podcast monitoring me in real time. They're all going to prison for that. There's no sun that is during daylight savings time or outside of daylight savings time going to reconcile the impossible light activity. It's not going to reconcile the maintenance, the stationary idle presence of this fake sun. It's not going to reconcile things like you saw for your own eyes, impossible light reaching into the depths of her apartment, across the living room floor, across the ceiling, on the cabinets, and then fanning away as I capture video of it, framing a front door on the inside, whether the fake sun is shining bright or not, during the day and in the dark. That's speaking to criminal surveillance. And that's what I'm also documenting on the podcast. This is the prosecution of the state of California, the demonic system of federal group stalking and monitoring. The demon in unit number 56 is engaging in what is openly exhibiting impunity with regard to the state government being prosecuted for terrorism. That impunity is relevant to terms in federal prison. Okay, and this is something that AVANATH Capital Management, the company, AVANATH Capital Management's employees, and AVANATH Capital Management, the property where the people of the state are residing at a facilitating venue, not a private venue. Not a private property. So I just want to be clear to that because that's imputed to the entire entity. And TRACEE Banks is on the opposite of this wall, gang stalking, where you're seeing impulse. So you can see this. See how it disappears as I walk through it? It's magnified in size. All right, this demon, Tracy Banks, that's engaged in the blasphemous utterance of the name of Jesus while I'm exposing her demon possession and her psychotic endeavor to try to murder and kidnap me with the people of the state of California. All right, it is P.O.C. right now. You can see the shadow of that metal. That speaks to the trajectory of life. That's light. That's impossible light activity. And the shadow of it is speaking to it. None of that is natural sunlight. It's not the product of sunlight. Neither is it. It has nothing to do with the fake sun that you see. The two are distinct. That's how you have engineer light appearing on the inside of the apartment. That's how you have it appearing on the inside. It has nothing to do with the fake sun that you see. These are distinct methods of identifying stalking by a population. Okay? It is currently, again, 10:29 a.m. This is exposing public corruption in the city of Ontario, in the state of California that's engaged in the ongoing POC. It is 10:30 a.m. at Woodside Senior Apartments.